Day 4, second day in pads. Saw some good, saw some bad, saw some really good physicality again. Inside period was good and physical. Old Tyrese Hopkins, man, from Starkville, made a big play today on a drop and a pick. And he's a kid, that's what college football is all about, because he hadn't played a lot in his career here. Was a really good high school player at Starkville for Chris Jones. And he's kept working. He's gotten better academically, and now all of a sudden he's starting to reap the rewards of that on the field. That was a big play by him. Thought we hit some good deep shots today. Ty specifically was able to connect. I think Brandon Hayes and maybe Latrell Jones caught a few, so we're able to get over the top, which is good to see. And all in all, man, just keep rocking and rolling. Got some more good punt work, good punt block work, and keep getting better 4 days in.
What have you thought about Ty seeing him on the field?
Yeah, I'm excited about Ty. We've recruited Ty since he was a youngster, and great family. Really pleased with how he works. Obviously, we love his talent, and think that the sky's the limit. He's young, right? When you're a young quarterback, you get a little better every day. He's not a finished product, but he's got a lot of talent, and he's got that it factor. So we're excited about him. And I tell you, boys, Zach's had a good camp. Zach's doing good, and Trey is really, really doing good too. Trey very rarely has a misread or anything like that. So we're getting better each day at quarterback.
How much does being young help him rebound from something like last year?
Oh, man, I don't know about that. You know what I mean? The only thing that helps you rebound from last year, anybody who's in this program, is great faith, great belief that there's a greater good out there, and great belief that you've got to embrace your struggles in life, because they're only building you for something better. That's the only thing that gets you through something like that.
Coach, can you kind of address the development of two of your younger guys on defense, and Christian Booth and Jay Jones? Look like two guys you're going to count on this year, particularly Booth.
Yeah, so Booth has really stepped up as a leader. He's really coming along with the way he attacks each day. He's maximizing his ability. Jay Jones is a young guy with unlimited ability. We signed him when we got in here last year, was committed to Tennessee for a long time, and that coaching change happened. We were able to steal him out of Demopolis, Alabama, great program. Jay's a young kid that has got a bright, bright future. The sky's the limit. He could really be one of those next great safeties, in Southern Miss.
Will, you had some nice things to say about Dalen Gill yesterday. How do you kind of view him and where he fits the new linebacker?
Yeah, so we think Dalen's an extremely talented kid that's been successful his whole life. He's a great player at Louisville, great player at Jones, went to Ole Miss, transferred here to be in this culture and be a part of how we do things. He's always been a winner. Dalen has really learned our scheme throughout the spring, and man, we think he's got a chance to have a great, great season, not only on defense but also in the kicking game.
2 physical days in pads out here on the turf. It's been hot. Kind of assess your conditioning at this point.
Yeah, I think it's good. I think it's nothing better than anybody in the country, but definitely not something that's worse. We've been here all summer. We've trained. We've lifted. We got a lot of bodies. It's going to be hard. It's supposed to be hard. But, I think we're right where we need to be on that.
Running back room specifically is really crowded in a good way.
Yeah.
What's your plan to kind of spread the wealth there?
Yeah, so we're going to play, we'll play one most of the time. We'll play 2 a lot, and the best 2 will play the most. We will play more than that. We'll have packages to use them. We'll also use the superback system where they play some quarterback. But, man, it's good to have a lot of talent. But still, only 1 to 2 guys are going to get to play the most, and that's the 1 to 2 that are playing the best.
Ben's question, could you kind of assess where Kenyon Clay is at this point?
Yeah, here's what I know about Kenyon. He's a really good kid with a really good mama. He played in a really good high school program for a great man in Jordan Wren, and he's going to be a phenomenal football player. Now, we're going to give it to Kenyon as fast as he can take it. If that's sooner rather than later, then good for Southern Miss, good for Kenyon. If it's not, that's okay too, because what we tell our young guys all the time is you came here to be a great player when you're done. You didn't come here to be a great player on the first day. Now, you got to work to do that. You got to expect that, but you can't get discouraged if that doesn't happen. You can see the growth in him, and you can definitely see the talent. He's going to be a really good player.
Coach, when you're looking at quarterbacks, and obviously you know the starter, but what do you look for? What are the top of the qualities you look for in the quarterback to lead the team?
Yeah, number 1 is accuracy. I think there's kids walking around Hattiesburg that can hit people right now, or they can't. And once we get them at this level, if they miss people, they're going to keep missing people. So number 1 is accuracy, because you can't fix it. Number 2 is toughness, both mentally and physically. The ability to do what you're supposed to do, even on your bad days when things aren't going for you. So once we find a kid that's accurate and has toughness, we look for some other redeeming quality. Some kids are better runners. Some kids are taller with rocket arms. But we got to have some redeeming quality to build the offense around. with that, but we can never waver on accuracy. We can never waver on mental and physical toughness and the way you want to impact people around you.
I heard that on the first day, one of the things that stuck out to me was that you said this is kind of a more professional program in a way, or a more mature program coming into this year. My follow-up question to that would have been, why is that so important, and what specifically makes a team take that next step?
Well, I think, with any leadership, you got to have a vision, you got to have a detailed plan to get there, and then you got to put that in place every day. And it's just like raising kids, right? They have a better feel for how you want the house and stuff to run and how you want things when they're 8 years old and when they're 3 years old. So we're in year 2 with a lot of these kids, and they just know what the expectations are. And if they couldn't meet them, a lot of them are gone. And the ones that are here are enjoying that and accepted that and are pushing it forward.
Got to get them to pick up the toys too.
Oh yeah, yeah, no doubt.
How about Pittman also coming off injury this year? What do you look for him to see that he's at full strength and make the next step for his game?
Yeah, anytime you come off a knee injury, there's a mental hurdle you've got to jump over. We've been in pads for 2 days. Chandler's looking good. We'll go live here in a few days and see how he goes from there. Chandler is going to be a great player at Southern Miss. Hopefully that happens again this year. It will happen eventually. We just got to take that as it comes. We keep pushing too fast, but he's pushing himself, and we'll assess it each day.
Also, just one more thing for me. Wide receiver, Costume is second on the team in yards last year. Played in like 10 games. So, how do you look for him to take on a bigger role? Does he just keep on the same trajectory? In a camp like this, what does he do to get prepared for his next season?
Yeah, so he's had a great off season. We really think he's got a chance to be a breakout player for us. I've said that several times. We think he could be the breakout player. Every time he got the ball last year, he did really good things with it. He's had a tremendous offseason. He's changed his body fat percentage, and he played for a great high school coach in David King at Adams Christian as well. And, I really look for him, if he can stay healthy, to have a really good season.
Coach, one more on Zach Wilkie. How do you grade his transition from high school ball to college, getting plugged into the system?
Zach is probably the most pure passer I've ever coached. Like when it comes out of his hand, it's like the good Lord put him down here to throw a football. I mean, like he's just a natural. I mean, you could watch him throw all day. It's just beautiful. There's a progression from going to high school to running a system very similar to the New Orleans Saints and New England Patriots, okay? This isn't kindergarten football here. This is Calculus 4. So there is a growing and a learning curve, and he's picking it up at a good pace. He really's putting the time in, and he's got a lot of talent. He's going to be a really good player. He can run too. Zach was a great athlete. Played at Hernando, for Coach Wolf, and he's. I really like his work ethic.
How do you kind of help him work through that?
Every day the sun comes up and you get a chance to learn something else and work, and then we're going to go to bed tonight and it's going to come up again tomorrow, David. But time ticks at the same pace for everybody, and he's just got to. He's putting the time in that it takes, but it does take time. Yeah.